back with part 3 of my Spider-Man comics collection. Now, to start off this video, we've got issues 1 to 5. So, obviously, if you've read this and you know who Miles Morales is. And then, here is issues 5 to 10. Honestly, I have to say that I was going to get them like this. But then, I started collecting the issues because I started getting these and then I found a comic book store in Manchester. So here we've got issue 4 of Miles Morales Ultimate Comics Spider-Man. Here, I think this is the one where he gets his costume. No, I think issue 5 is where he gets his costume. This is the issue where he puts on the Spider-Man Halloween costume. Issue 5, which is where he's actually confronted by Spider-Woman and she's actually asking him questions. So yeah, this is where he gets his costume, issue 5. And I don't know what's going on with this star here, but I don't really like this cover. I started collecting the comics from issue 11, and I'm working my way back down from issue 1 to issue 10, so I have them also. Here's issue 11, and in this one, by the way, I don't like the cover that much. Like, it's good that he's got handcuffs on everything, but look at the shape of his head. It's like, ugh, messed up. So, issue 12. And as you can see with these, you get like a free issue of it. I've been giving away these actually, so yeah, I gave away the Spider-Man issue 5 last time. Now we have issue 13, which is where Captain America shows up and doesn't want him to be Spider-Man anymore. Aunt May is about to give him something in the box, but nobody knows what it is. So that's issue 13. Finally, this comic, issue 14, is where after Captain America leaves, Aunt May they open the box and it's actually Peter Parker's web shooters that are in the box. So now Miles has Peter's web shooters and he can now swing webs. And in this, he actually poses one of Spider-Man's famous web swings. Now the most recent issue of the Ultimate Comics Spider-Man is issue 15, where crap, I can't remember what happened again. Oh yeah, this is the one where Gank says that he's got to shout something every time he does like a special move, like some random crap. So that's pretty interesting. Then Spider-Man issue 1, where the Amazing Spider-Man goes into the Ultimate Comics Spider-Man universe and he accidentally bumps into Miles Morales. So that's where that ends. So yeah, that's issue 1. Spider-Man Comics issue 2, where Peter Parker actually attacks Miles Morales because he doesn't know who he is. And then Miles takes him to S.H.I.E.L.D. headquarters, which is the Triskelion base. And, you know, I've got to hurry up on this. Spider-Man issue 3, where Mysterio brings all the Fears to life. So that's issue 3. It's really hard to get hold of this as well. Issue 4, and trust me, the cover does not resemble anything that happens in the comic. So that was Spider-Man issue 3, and now Spider-Man issue 5, where Peter finally gets back to his universe. And they leave a fantastic cliffhanger as well, like an amazing cliffhanger. Now we've got Sensational Spider-Man issue 33.1. Here we have 33.2, which I cannot remember again. Sick cover. Looks alright, I suppose. 33.2, that is. By the way, I haven't seen 33.3 or anything of Sensational Spider-Man, so I don't know what's going on, but... So here, we've got Scarlet Spider-Man issue 5, and he has just moved to some town called Houston, I think it's called, if I can remember. He saves the city, and everyone thinks that he was a bad guy or something. And then he saves the city from a bomb, and then everyone thinks that he's a good guy, and basically, that's it. But it is a really good issue. So, I recommend that you start reading the Scarlet Spider stories if you haven't started reading them yet, because it is a new take on this Spider-Man, because he's like the clone, or the other Spider-Man's the clone, I forgot, so. Right, now here, the cover resembles nothing of the actual comic, like the covers, usually comics don't anyway, so, well, the covers don't. In this issue, I think this is the one where someone shoots a rocket into the side of this building, and it turns out that it's the daughter of the person who owns the building that she shot the rocket at, so pretty messed up stuff, but this is one of the good issues of this story. So actually, I recommend that you pick up all the Scarlet Spider-Man stories. Sadly, I don't have 1, 2, 3, or 4. So in this issue, I think he meets this other superhero team, but they think he's a bad guy. I think so. I've got to start remembering, but don't quote me on anything because I haven't read these for quite a while. So issue 7, that is. Issue 8. And this is where the superheroes of Houston start attacking Scarlet Spider-Man. And at the end of this issue, they come across like a nuclear monster or something, and they've got to get all these civilians out, but they can't. So I'm not going to reveal the entire story to you, but that's issue 8 of Scarlet Spider. Then the most recent one, issue 9, Spider-Man risks his life, so he's gaining the responsibility, because if you see at the top here, I'm not sure if you can see, it says it, all of the power, none of the responsibility. So he's learning the responsibility that he has when he uses his powers. He actually destroys the monster, so people are starting to like him again. So that was issue 9. Now I've only just started. I wanted to read something other than the Spider-Man comics because I was getting I'd have to wait a month for like one Spider-Man comic and I was bored of that, so I got something with other stuff. So here's Ultimate Comics, The Ultimates, issue 10. And they were alright, I mean, they were nothing too good, so. But yeah, I recommend that you start reading these because I do recommend that you start getting these, so. Yeah, if you're looking for something other than Spider-Man or anything else that you want to read other than what you're reading now, pick up the Ultimate Comics Ultimates. Now here's Ultimate Comics Ultimates issues 11, which is the next comic from issue 10, and on the front here you can see Tony Stark repairing his Iron Man armour. And I don't think it resembles anything to do with the story again, so I'm not going to reveal anything about these because you need to read it for yourself. So that's the rest of the Ultimates. Now moving on to the Astonishing Spider-Man, which is the Amazing Spider-Man, but it's from someone called Panini Comics. I got these out of my W.H. Smith about 2 years ago, before I even started I didn't even know there was a comic book store in Manchester, even though I'd been walking past it for 5 years, but I never went in it because it has action figures in the windows, so I never thought to look in there. But this is Craven's first hunt of Spider-Man. I swear to God, it's got like 1 million pages in these comics. They're quite thick. Now I never used to back and board my comics because I didn't know, but then once I started reading all the ones that I just shown you, then I started back and boarding them and everything. It first starts off with, I haven't read these in a few years, but I think he meets Mr. Negatives in it, and honestly I'm not even sure whether Craven's in it. I mean, yeah. And it done. Oh no, this is issue 10, and it came out on the 28th of April 2010. Nearly 3 years ago. Now we've got New Ways to Die, and it says down there, is this the end of Venom? And it's Spidey vs Bullseye. Now bear with me, I haven't read any of these for 2 years at least, so I doubt I'll be able to remember some of these. I can remember a few, but some of them I also can't, so I'm not sure whether I remember this one. But that's issue 15, and this came out on the 7th of July 2010. Then New Ways to Die again, with Goblin on the front. This is issue 16, and it came out on the 21st of July 2010. Can't remember what happens in this either. Oh, I remember this one. The Astonishing Spider-Man issue 18, and this came out on the 18th of August 2010. And this is Hammerhead. I think it's where Hammerhead beating like gangs around the city up. So, and Spider-Man's got to stop him. Spider-Man starts bleeding as well in this. He gets his suit torn and stuff. So, first appearance of the big time costume in the Spider-Man comics, and he actually creates it so that he can't be heard and he can go invisible, and only Black Cat can wear the goggles to see like where he is and stuff. See, I got this on the 9th of May 2012, and it's issue 63, so you can see that I went from 2010 all the way to 2012, so I didn't collect any for 2 years. Then the Astonishing Spider-Man battles Captain Universe. This is the one where Captain Universe is trying to defeat the Juggernaut and actually nearly succeeds, but then Spider-Man like looks into it, and you know, that's issue 48, October 2011. Jesus. Now the 100 page special of the Gauntlet, and this is the Triumph of the Lizard. And yes, it's a 100 page special, and it's issue 50, and it came out on the 9th of November 2011. I haven't read this yet, so I can't tell you anything about it, but we've got a pretty sick cover here with the Lizard and Spider-Man like jumping over it and stuff. I think this is the entire Gauntlet. I don't think it's like issues. I think like it's all issues in this. Like every single issue is in this comic, I'm not sure. But it's 100 pages, so it must be. And then we have Ultimate Spider-Man Volume 2. This is before I started collecting the comics. I think it's issue 6 to issue 13. Maybe. But sadly they didn't have issue 1, so I might cry. Now we have issue 3 with Dr. Octopus, where Craven is hunting Spider-Man and Dr. Octopus doesn't remember what happened to himself, and he actually starts killing people. And you know what Dr. Octopus is like, he's lost his memory, and then at the end he actually remembers that Peter Parker is Spider-Man, and then the comic ends like finished. So this is Ultimate issue 14 to issue 21, that is. Then we have, I didn't get number 4 because it's too much money. I might as well just start collecting the comics because they're better. Volume 6 with Venom, and this is where Peter Parker actually finds his stuff in his attic or what have you, and he finds out about his dad's research, and then he meets Eddie Brock, and then he steals the symbiote, and in the same issue he wears the symbiote, and then the symbiote tries killing someone, and then he gets it off and takes it back, and then Eddie finds out that he's Spider-Man. And he doesn't just find out by fluke, I mean Peter tells him he's Spider-Man. Now we have Civil War Spider-Man, where Iron Man makes the new law about superheroes, where superheroes have to carry ID badges and all this. It's well messed up. So Captain America is fighting against it, Spider-Man wants to come over to this side, and all these are for it. And so Iron Man makes Spider-Man like reveal his identity to New York, and Aunt May actually gets shot. By the way, Spider-Man's married to Mary Jane in this. Then, one of the best ones, you guys probably won't want to collect this, but I did. Marvel Platinum, the Definitive Spider-Man. Now this has a whole bunch of issues. It has, let me check, just to see. It has Amazing Fantasy 15, Amazing Spider-Man Volume 1, Issue 121, Amazing Spider-Man Issue 122, Amazing Spider-Man Annual 21, Amazing Spider-Man Issue 300, the first appearance of Venom, Amazing Spider-Man Issue 500, Sensational Spider-Man Volume 2, Issue 41, Amazing Spider-Man Issue 545, and Amazing Spider-Man 600, so that's a big milestone for Spider-Man. So, whew, that's it guys. Thanks for watching, and remember to like, comment and subscribe, and I hope you like my connection, what am I about? My collection, my comic book collection, and watch out for more on the way. Thanks for watching, I'll see you later.